Okay, listen to this and tell me if you can relate. Yeah. So, you know how when maybe you start getting interested in a certain type of car, you'll notice more and more of them on the road. Yeah. And initially, before you got interested in that type of car, you couldn't see a lot of them on the road. But once you get yourself in that headspace where you're interested in this type of car, you start seeing more and more and more of them, of that specific car that you're interested in. It doesn't mean that initially they were not there. You were just not interested in them. You're just not looking for them. Cindy. So I can say that sums up my first 100 days of my 1,000 days challenge. And what happened now is I started this challenge on 1st of November 2020, 2019, 2020, yeah? And it's now 100 days just after I started that. Okay, today is day 103. So I'm just giving you a summary of the first 100 days. So when I started that challenge and I was actively looking for a job and I was actively trying to grow my YouTube channel and to grow my other businesses, my makeup, and I studied Forex, so I was also trying to do Forex, just working on everything actively and intentionally, and also trying to develop myself as a person because in terms of like reading books, guys, I wasn't the kind of person who is interested in reading books, but I know that in order to get anywhere you need mentors, and sometimes you cannot reach these mentors physically or one-on-one, so you have to get to know them through what they write, get to know how they think through what they write. Okay, so and if you're a business person, you learn from other business people, maybe from their own experiences, and most of them write them down. So yeah, so I also wanted to develop myself in that aspect among other aspects of my life. And when I started that, things started happening. Things really started happening. Yeah, because unapata these are the times. Okay, we had Corona, so I can say that I was actively looking for a job then. But when you're just like applying just for the sake of, and you're hoping that you get a job, or you just in your head you're just like, I want to start a business, but you're not like you really want to start a business, or you really want to work on your business that you currently have. So, but I put myself in that headspace where now I really want to do this, and I want to dedicate like the next 1,000 days of actively doing this and see where that gets me. Because most times, well, we have this vision of, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to have this kind of business, I want to have this, but we don't really actively work on whatever plans that we have, or whatever ideas or visions that we have. Cindy, most times we just like thinking about them, and when you wake up and feel like you want to work on them, okay. When you wake up and you feel like you're tired and you just want to watch a movie, you go watch a movie. But yes, so in short, I put myself in that headspace and things started happening, because on the 14th of November, I started the challenge on the 1st. So on the 14th of November, I was actively working on my YouTube channel, giving out content, talking what I love talking about. And so I got an email on the 14th of November, and somebody was telling me that they've seen my work on YouTube and they like what I do, and they like the drive and the initiative that I had. And they said, we would like to partner with you, work with you, nini. Long story short, we are in a partnership currently, and I have a side hustle. Then that same month of November, I'm not sure exactly when it was. It was around 20 something. I was called for a job that was in Machakos. I was initially staying in Mombasa. Now I'm back in Mombasa. I'll tell you about that. But I was called to Machakos, and I was just told by the I was from church that day, so it was nothing that was planned. I was told that by the you're needed here in the next 2 days. Maybe I was called on the weekend and told that you needed to present yourself at the office on Monday. No, I was from church on a Sunday, and at around 11 a.m. I was told you need to be in Machakos tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And I was like, what? I had not packed, I had not booked a bus because it was not planned, but I packed the few clothes I had. I was not even given details about it, but I was told So you want a job? Then there's a job. Enda, we're starting training on Monday from 8 a.m. And I was like, okay, I cannot miss this because I do not know the details. Watch an niende, I will figure things out when I get there. If it's mambo nanguo or whatever else is needed, I will plan for that after. But so I packed a few clothes for about a week that will sustain me for about a week. They ended up sustaining me for about 2 weeks, by the way. Because I thought that I would carry, because the training was supposed to take 1 week, so I thought I would carry clothes for like 1 week and then, get like some time to come back and plan myself well, then go back and do the job. That was not the case. I ended up my mom had to, send my clothes as a parcel and some other things that I had forgotten, or not even forgotten, I had not packed because I didn't think they were necessary at that time. Anyway, long story short, I got that job, and it was initially going to go for 5 months, but I ended up doing it for 1 month. Plans changed along the way, and as you saw in my previous video before this, my two videos before this, I was talking about how I got a new job, so I had gotten a new place. I would not have gotten a new place if I knew that job would last 1 month. Anyway, I got a new place, and I also did a video about new budget for a new job. Well, that had to change because I'm currently in a new job right now, and the same things that I spoke about there will also apply. Yeah, about tracking your finances for the first 1 month so that you know the kind of budget you'll have for the next months. Yeah. So, if you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch that video. I'll leave the link in the description box. Anyway, when you actively put yourself in that in that space where you're really looking to achieve something, it starts happening. I don't know if it's just the law of nature or it's a principle, or I don't know what it is, but it happens that way. When you put yourself, when you start getting interested in something, you start getting more of it. So yes, and I also started reading books. I started getting interested in books. I actually bought my first book, and I loved it. I really loved it. Anyway, that was what has happened in the past 100 days, and I can say the highlight of my 100 days was I registered for the Centonomy 101 class. If you are a business person, or if you're just a young person like me who is interested in developing themselves, building wealth for themselves, managing their finances, investing in themselves, you need to know about Centonomy. So after this video, just go and search Centonomy. Just go and search Centonomy. It will appear there, and watch their webinars, watch their open days. They usually have recordings of that. And yeah, so I was really interested in taking a Centonomy class since 2019. Yeah, but at that time I didn't have a job, and the job I had was not enough because the course at that time was 50,000. Right now they were having a discount because of COVID. Good thing. And also, yeah, so I was able to actually register and pay my tuition. I'm actually paying for myself this time because I'm able to afford it, and I'm able to afford it from my two sources of income: the pay that I'm getting from this job currently, and the pay that I'm getting from my side hustle. So you see how important it is to really work on another source of income, because it will enable you to do things that you want to do. Because if it were not for this side hustle, actually I would not have been able to pay the first installment, because the first installment was 14,500. My current job, the pay that we got for the first month, because we didn't attend the whole of the first month, what I received was 9,500. So you see, I would not have been able to pay for that and still have money to sustain myself for transport and all the little things for the month. Yeah. So it is important to actually look for another source of income, because it will supplement to what you already have, and you'll be able to do more things with that. If you're looking to save, if you're looking to invest, if you're looking to pay for a cause and all that, you'll be able to do that when you have an extra source of income. Because most times, your first job is usually, the first pay is usually tight. Well, unless you're lucky and you get the first job and you're getting paid a lot. But most times, the first job, the first pay is usually not that much. So if you need to do like bigger things, you would need an extra source. So consider doing that. I always tell you guys, grow your skills, grow your something that you give, or just give value to people that you can be able to monetize and people can be able to pay you for. So yeah, and because I'm actually doing this in the office, and you'll be seeing more of this of me in the office, because I've realized that if I wait to get time, it's going to be nearly impossible to do these videos. So because I wake up early in the morning and I do the other content,